Hey, and welcome to Daddy Mojo. It's the podcast where we'll talk about parenting, all-age comic books, toys, and more. Now, here's your host, Trey Burley.
Back when I was a kid, Peanuts was my go-to jam. I didn't read the newspaper, but I always read the funnies, as my father would say. And Peanuts was the first one that I read. Behind us in our forever library, we've got about 15 or 20 different Peanuts compendiums that we read and collected when we were a young lad. This is a graphic novel, though, and you say to yourself, Peanuts graphic novel? I don't associate the two together, but this one is because it's all color, it's got that graphic novel feel, it's shaped like a graphic novel, and it's 6 brand new stories. It's Batter Up, Charlie Brown. It's a Peanuts graphic novel. The first big story there are 6 stories, 6 original stories. The biggest one is It's Tokyo, Charlie Brown, when Charlie Brown and his baseball team get selected by the president to go to Japan to play an exhibition game. And it's as cute as you want it to be. It really is. I mean, you can think of the hallmarks as to what makes the Peanuts Christmas special so timeless and so warm-hearted and so awesome. And that's in the story because it's funny. It's got the sight gags between Woodstock and Snoopy, but it's also got the heartwarming bits that any kid, even with a stone-cold 5th grade elementary school heart, will say, you know what, I like this. They're not going to admit it, but they love it. That's the thing about Charlie Brown and Peanuts, to an extent, because you always call it Charlie Brown, don't you? And that's great because it's a cast of characters. Every kid in the story, every kid on the baseball team, they've got their own feel, their own vibe. And even when they go to Tokyo, they've got the same thing. As I wrote in the post, Peppermint Patty, still a bit of a jerk. Linus is still a very smart kid with a blanket. Schroeder's still the same thing. Schroeder's got the chance to play a world-class piano in the Tokyo Dome, but instead he picks out his little red piano and starts playing. It's fabulous. You've got 6 original stories and Batter Up Charlie Brown. Plus you've got a smattering of the classic Sunday strips that made the Sunday paper worth getting back in the day when Charles Schulz was alive doing it. But the new stories are done by Robert Pope. Robert Pope, by the way, going to be at Dragon Con this year again. Dragon Con's in Atlanta over Labor Day. It's definitely worth checking out. Got a whole lot of comic book artists, and it really is fun. But that's a separate thing, Dragon Con. The illustrations rather, in Peanuts Batter Up Charlie Brown, they're by Robert Pope. Just a stand-up guy who we've interviewed once, and is worth checking out because you say to yourself, how can a new story have that classic Peanuts feel? I was about to say that classic Charlie Brown feel, because the two are synonymous. But it does. Batter Up Charlie Brown. It's got that feel. It's got the warm feelies with a new story. It really is worth checking out. And who's it good for? It's good for any kid, any reader in 3rd grade and up. It really is. Even you surly high school kids who don't like to read, but you want to read a graphic novel, check out this comfort food. It's Peanuts. They've got 2 other graphic novels as well that are worth checking out. This one is Batter Up Charlie Brown. Great for ages 8 and up. It's awesome.
Thanks for listening to Daddy Mojo. Be sure to tune in next time. For more information on any of the things we talked about today, just check out the website, daddymojo.net, or hit us up at Daddy Mojo on social media.